Click, click, clap. What's going on, guys? I am SimpleSimon, and I'm here at PAX, the gaming convention, the biggest gaming convention there is. Well, the biggest convention there is. I've never been to a convention so big, and this is the vlog. I'm here with my crew. I've got Tony here. Sarah's around, but you may or may not see her. But yeah, this is the vlog from PAX 2024, baby. Quick shout out to my Siminions. Your support is greatly appreciated. If you're interested in exclusive members only videos, extended episodes of The Noob, and exclusive emojis, hit the join button to find out more about channel membership. But remember, your membership is not required. The best way to support the channel is by liking and commenting on videos. Alright, so like many of the big conventions here in Melbourne, PAX was held at the Melbourne Exhibition Centre, or Jeff's Shed as they like to call it. And here we are going into the building. Now, if you've never been to a PAX, but you've been to other conventions like Comic-Con, Supernova, other things, PAX is like none other. It is so big. Most people go for the entire 3-day session. Here is our badge. You have to go collect your badge. We went and collected it earlier, and they have a whole bunch of lanyards for you to put your badge on to get in, you know? Now, I love seeing people who love their job, and this girl here directing traffic clearly loves her job, so that was great to see. Now, you don't really know how big it is until you're there, but normally most conventions here are held in one of these little buildings. PAX runs across 3 buildings, I believe. It's just so much to see, and this was the first thing that we had to do when we got there, which was play Final Fantasy. It's a bit loud in here, I think, but anyway, I'm here with the crew, and they're going to force me to play Final Fantasy so we can get some
Google badges.
Yeah, whatever that is. So I'm about to play Final Fantasy for the first time. It's going to be embarrassing. People are going to get frustrated with me, but it's the way of the noob. Alright, so the line for Final Fantasy was capped, so we had to wait till they reopened the line. So I went and got a little bit of footage before they reopened the line, and then we lined up for so long. The whole process took about 2 hours, but look, I can't really complain because everyone else had to line up too. But the good thing was, I wasn't going to be the only noob playing Final Fantasy for the first time. Been in line for an hour. This is Thomas, work buddy. He's got a game here today as well. We're about to play Final Fantasy for the first time. It'd actually make a great YouTube video if someone could film it.
Yeah, well, anxious like hell, man.
I've never been terrified for a game.
Well, now you just button smash. Like I say, when in doubt, just 1, 2, 3, 4.
Alright, we got it. Hey, it's Jesus. You've seen better days, mate?
Yeah.
How's it? Alright, are we getting in? I'll speak to you soon.
Yeah, see you guys soon again.
Alright, so we finally made it to the front of the line. It was our time to play Final Fantasy, and I'm not gonna lie, I was terrified. There were people behind me watching. That's my character. I don't know what he is, what it does, why it's so small, but the good thing is I got to the end without dying. All that just for them to give me these, which I guess earned me these. They're Moogles. I know, because I'm a Final Fantasy guy. And then of course we ran into Vinny from VQL Films, and it's tradition that he gives me a kiss on the cheek apparently. And then of course it was time to start with my cosplayer interviews video. It is my bread and butter on my channel. It was really the first thing I did that really kind of got some views. When I say some, I don't mean a lot, but they were kind of semi-successful for my kind of small channel. So it was a very stressful day because I was trying to squeeze so much in with such little time, but I always enjoy doing these videos and meeting new people. If you guys haven't seen the cosplay interviews video, I will leave a link to it in the description. If you've never seen them before, definitely check them out. Alright, finally got the interviews out of the way. I feel really bad because, you know, It was like 3 o'clock by the time we finished interviews. And you know, I wanted Tony to be able to enjoy the day, but obviously I made him help me. I made him. Good job, Tony. But yeah, now we're just kind of, I'm just trying to get as much footage as I can while Tony and Sarah are having a look around. Alright, so one of the first things I noticed was this awesome alien stuff here. They were like xenomorphs made of like metal. I don't know what you call that, metal art maybe. But they had all these xenomorphs. They had the facehugger there. Yeah, really, really cool stuff. So I was staring at these for quite some time, but I couldn't quite afford them. They're all about sort of $220, $250 each. So now it's time to showcase all the things that you could see at PAX. As you can see here, there are plushies, there are toys, they even had comic books. King's Comics were at PAX and it was absolutely popping at King's. And obviously they didn't just have comic books, they had toys, they had everything. You even had the Disney store there. The Disney store where you can get all your exclusive Disney store goodies. And then I saw this. This was actually a PC built into an arcade machine. And then I saw something that I'd never seen before ever. They had dodgeball there. Dodgeball's a game. It's a game convention. PAX had it all. I'd never seen dodgeball played in person. So it was very cool to see, and it actually was very fun to watch. But this was my favorite area of the entire convention, the retro video game section. And as you can see, there were video games from days of future past. And they also had all this really cool retro stuff on display. They had these cabinets, like as you can see here. Look at that, I've never seen a Coca-Cola Game Gear. Yeah, this was really, really cool. So I wanted to get some footage of this stuff to share with you guys, because this was just nostalgia to the max. A lot of these I've never even seen before, or maybe they're just so old I have seen them and they've forgotten from my memory, but yeah, super cool. Look at these Terminator games here, super cool. I absolutely loved this part of the convention. They had this area with old arcade machines and pinballs, as you can see here, and there was a ton of them. This is not even, check it out, I'm going to bend the corner here and you can see so much more. It was a lot of cool stuff there. You got some wrestling for the wrestling guys, some Creature of the Black Lagoon for Bub's World. There you go. They even had this thing here. It was a pinball. I don't know what it was, but it must have been a famous pinball of some sort. But that was on display. And who remembers this game? Oh my god. If you're my age, that was our childhood. This shot here might have been my favorite shot of the day. All these people enjoying old school retro games. It was very cool to see. Who remembers this game? I'm pretty sure that's California Games, I think it was called. That was such a hard game. Games back in the day were super hard. I vaguely remember this Popeye machine as well from when I was a kid. Yeah, absolute nostalgia in this section of the convention. And then when you crossed over into the second hall, they had their card games and tabletop games. It was all kinds of stuff in there too, and it was absolutely chockers. Of course, you got dice if you need to buy your dice to play your games. Dungeons and Dragons is obviously massive in the tabletop gaming world. They also had some Magic the Gathering. I believe they had some Warhammer stuff there. And if you weren't from this world, you would have no idea that so much of this stuff exists. Like this, miniature scenery. I don't know what this was, but it looked cool. I'm not sure if it was for a tabletop game, but these little models here were actually really cool to look at. A lot of cool details in them. One Piece is obviously a huge anime, and of course they had their own card game, so you had people playing the One Piece card game, and of course where there is nerdism, there is Star Wars, and there was a Star Wars card game.
We're so close.
What'd you get?
So close to pin trivia. Last Fallout 76 pin that I've got. 15 minutes
Life's
more
good.
here at LG.
Is it? Is it?
But I'll tell you what's
Now there was so much stuff at PAX, even the hallway had things that you could interact with, so you don't even need to pay to be in this area. There was all kinds of things in there, like this Life is Strange photo booth. So me and my crew took a photo. Here's me sneakily filming while we're getting our photo taken. And I don't know about these photos. I didn't really like the way they turned out. I mean, one of them turned out okay, but anyway, other things that you could do outside were listen to entertainers. So I'm just going to hand it over to these talented gentlemen and let them entertain you for just a moment. I'm back here by myself. Tony's enjoying the show. Yeah, I'm going to try to get as much footage as I can. I'm really nervous. Today was the most stressful I've probably been for a con, just because whenever I go to these things, I'm not necessarily here to, not that I don't want to enjoy the event, but I'm very focused on making videos. So today's been a stressful one because it's such a big con, so much to cover. So hopefully this turns out alright. So I went back and strolled through the indie game section, had a squiz through there, stumbled across this. Look at that, it looks like anime crossed with AFL, and then the game looks like Funko Pops playing footy, I don't know, but that looks like a bit of fun there. Now this game here is called Ecliptic from Made with Cookies. I actually interviewed two of the members from the team in my interview video, which included my friend Tara, who is a former work colleague of mine. So if you're interested in finding a bit more about the game Ecliptic, check out my cosplay interview video. The game will be released in 2025 on Steam. What are we doing? What are you lining up for, Tony?
You just completely changed faces then. You had pissed off face.
I did not have pissed off face. I just had resting bitch face. What are we lining up? Or what are you lining up for? What's that?
I don't know.
I was going to say, when I was like, oh yeah, Metaphor's my favourite booth. Is it the Sonic game?
No.
Oh, that's next door.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're gonna go Sonic?
No, I'm going to get footage. Enjoy. Alright, let's keep going with more stuff that you can see at the convention. There is plenty more, trust me, like this Crow action figure from Diamond Select. It was only like $35, $40. That was really cheap, but I already got an expensive one, so I don't need another one. They even had clothes. Black milk. Sarah loves black milk. Of course, every convention has a selection of pop vinyls. So there was pop vinyls. This was That's Hot Gifts and Collectibles. We have a whole range of anime stuff as well. Here's me with my homie Squirtle, and then I almost took off someone's head as I placed him back in its cage. I came across one of my grails that I'll probably never own. The first issue of the original Crow. Oh my god, one day maybe, but probably not. But they had the whole set of the Crow books at King's Comics, as well as all these awesome toys. It's so loud in here. I don't know if my vlog's going to be any good. It's so loud. It's like the loudest con. How have you found it, Tony? How have you enjoyed the 90 minutes of freedom I gave you today? I loved it. It was great. Thank you for letting me experience this, Simon. Did a great job, Tony. I think. We'll see. So Crunchyroll here, the streaming service, I believe that we're handing out 30-day subscriptions for free. So Tony was signing up for his free 30 days. Now, this next part is for all you PC gamers, and even if you're not, you're going to be amazed by some of the stuff you're about to see. I had no idea that desktop PCs had gotten to this point. That is a beautiful thing. Look at all those fans. You really need all those fans. I mean, can I keep a beer cool? But that's not even the tip of the iceberg. You have no idea. You are not prepared for the desktop PCs you're about to see and how cool a desktop can look. I don't know if this one screams cool, but look how big it is. It's massive. But get ready for this. Boom, look at that. What is that? It's like a Medusa head, but it's a desktop PC. Look at that thing, the cooling thing there. There's like a thing in there. This stuff is so insane. And then this next one absolutely blew my mind. Look at that. Oh my goodness. Can someone please buy that for me? Pax, reach out. Hit me up. Well, not Pax, the people who made that. But look at that, bubble tea. You got bubble tea desktops. That might even be cooler than Xenomorphs. The ice in the bubble tea can keep your desktop cool. Anyway, we kept on moving and we stumbled across a place called Zapcat. I had no idea what it was, so we thought we'd check it out. And once we were inside, I still wasn't quite sure what it was. Now, I love console demos. You don't really see them around anymore, so it was cool to see that. And then we noticed this little corner here, which looked like it led to another room. So we went in there, and there were people playing games, and I still had no idea what this place was. This game here, to win a pin, you had to knock over a can with a Nerf dart, and I saw a few people hit the cans with the dart, and the cans didn't fall over, so I thought, is this rigged? I need to have a go for myself. Let's see that in instant replay, slow-mo, there you go, boom, I got it. And then I just kept going for the same stack, and it wasn't until I had a few darts left where they said, you can go for the other ones, you know. And then I didn't knock out any other ones. Tony didn't want to be filmed, but I did get some footage after he finished because he actually knocked down 3 of them, which is super cool because we earned the prize. We won pins.
Oh, what was that? I knocked down 3 towers.
Yeah, but I kept going for the same one, but he knocked down 3 of them. Very impressive. Very impressive. Alright, so there was this kid I met at the Melbourne Comic and Toy Fair who said he watched my videos. I bumped into him and he was cosplaying as Dr. Robotnik. And he wanted to get interviewed, but unfortunately we had already wrapped interviews. But I bumped into him again and it turns out he was a Just Dance superstar. This kid was just... The crowd was going wild for this kid. Like, he was so good at Just Dance. I'm pretty sure it wasn't his first time playing it, but he was absolutely rocking the place. He even got the crowd to cheer at the end. Amazing stuff, mate. If you see this video, shout out to you. So yeah, it was a huge day, and as you can see from the PAX World map here, it was a huge event. And of course, before we left, we had to say bye to our friend Vinny. Bye, Vinny. There he is with all his friends. Man, that dude's popular. Good day, Tony?
Yeah, it was alright.
Is 2 hours enough?
No. 3 days, I think.
Okay, next time, next year, you wait. All weekend.
You're paying?
We'll see. Maybe we'll get a media pass next year. What do you think, Pax? Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Alright, fun fact, it's the next day. So obviously last night when I came back, I spent the night editing and I was up till late last night. So I thought I'd film the whole part of the video the next day, which is now, it looks really bright in here. It's really bright with the sun coming in through the window. Last time I went to PAX, one of the big things that Sarah was sort of showing me was collecting pins is huge at PAX. And we did a Nerds Day Out vlog the last time I went, so Sarah and I, we went around to a lot of the little indie gaming booths and you play their game and then they give you a badge, or sort of a pin. And we did that last time and it was actually kind of fun, I gotta admit. I didn't do so much of that this time because as I said at the end of the interview video, I was just stressed out all day about making this video, so I didn't really get to enjoy the event too much. I only spent about $20 yesterday. I spent more money on Tony and his food because he did me a big favor yesterday, because normally I buy Tony's ticket for him to come help me film. He bought his own ticket to this event and I needed his help, so and he spent much of the day helping me out, so big shout out to Tony. But I'll show you what we came home with. Sarah came home with a lot more than I did, so I'll show you hers first. Firstly, this is just an example. So this is Sarah's lanyard. Once it came home, it had all these little pins on there and things, lots of little cool trinkets and things. if that's a word. Last time I think she had a whole bunch of pins going up her lanyard, and this is my lanyard. I got one pin, which was from the Life is Strange booth. So yeah, that's Sarah's lanyard. This is mine. This is the photo from the booth, and I'll try to get close-ups of these with some B-roll. So Sarah bought this pretty cool pin. Actually, I quite like that. It's a looks like an alien cat eating a cookie. So she got that, and the money went to charity. These pins here, this is the whole reason we had to line up first thing in the morning, because you had to play a game of Final Fantasy and then you were able to get these pins, and I'm gonna guess they're very limited and very exclusive, I guess. Sarah and I both got similar pins. So she was, what was the word they used, like the mentor. So this is her pin that she got, and then the other one was like I can't remember the word she used, mentoree, I don't know, the littler one. So yeah, I had my first taste of Final Fantasy, which was interesting. You know, I could totally get behind a game like that if I was playing with friends and I knew what I was doing. But yeah, it was a bit of fun, whatever. I played it for the first time. These things are called Moogles or something like that, and you got to kill them. I was like, why would you want to kill these cute little things? A strange game. But anyway, so they're the pins that Sarah came back with. I got this cool thing. I see a lot of people with these. I can't remember, it was, I'll put the link up here, but there was a girl handing these out, but you have to follow them on Instagram. But these are cool. Little key rings. Have like a little key on there. What key is it? Keychron. That's what they're called. I don't know if that's going to show up on the camera, but yeah, pretty cool. Gave them a follow. Got me one of those. But this pin here, I earned. That's right, I earned a pin. I was super proud of this. So there was this game, I believe it was called Mouse PI, and it was like a black and white Mickey Mouse looking thing. They had these cans stacked up, and I think what the deal was I think they had a Nerf gun, a Nerf blaster, because they had this giant, really animated looking Nerf blaster, and I think it must have broke, because obviously it was 3 days of this event. So they were just giving people the darts, like a magazine full of darts, and you just had to throw the darts at the cans. And while we were lining up waiting, I wasn't even gonna have a go. And people were hitting these cans with the darts and they weren't budging. And I was like, is this rigged? Like, that's dodgy as. And then Tony's like, have a go, have a go. So I was like, all right. And then I was just like Rookie of the Year. Remember that movie? And just like bang, knocked the first one over. Tony knocked down 3 stacks. So we both got, as you probably saw in the video, a pin from that game. Again, I think it was called, oh, there we go, it's written on the back. Mouse PI for hire, Mouse Private Investigator. So that's cool. I was gonna give this to Tony, but then he had one, so it was kind of cool that I came home with this. It's got a good little story and memory behind it. And then the only other thing I actually spent my money on was, I bought a comic book from King's. Now, this is Detective Comics number 27. The first ever appearance of Batman. They recently did a facsimile, but I think what's special about this, well, 2 things. A, I got the foil edition. So it's nice shiny foil. I believe they reprinted this as a facsimile like in the last 2 years, and I picked it up. The difference between this one was they actually made it in the same size as the original, I believe. So for those who don't know, like an original, a normal size, well, that's probably not a good book to show. A normal size comic book looks like that. And as you can see, the older books were much bigger than today's comic book. So yeah, I thought I'd pick that up. Just a cool thing to have. I kind of wanted the non-foil as well, but if I was only going to buy one, I went with a shiny one. So yeah, that's all I spent my money on. So it was a good day out. If you guys haven't seen the cosplay interview video, do check that out. It was, I know it's a little bit long, it was a 40-minute video. Those videos I try no more than half an hour, but it was just, the interviews I did that day were just a lot longer than I wanted them to be. I had to cut a lot of them down. So some of them were like, there was a few interviews that were going like 7-8 minutes. I try to keep them to sort of 3-4 minutes max. So I did have to edit a lot of them out, but obviously if you follow me, I will be chopping up a lot of those interviews into shorts, which I'll release on weekends and things like that. So hopefully you'll keep my shorts reels busy. And yeah, that's it for this video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that. Next year, I'm definitely gonna consider going more than 1 day for PAX, but I know what's gonna happen. I say I'm gonna go 2 days or 3 days and enjoy myself, but I know when I'm there, I'm just gonna be in video mode. It's just how my brain works these days. But yeah, there'll be a bunch of links in the description below. Check them out. If you want more vlogs, see more places that I go to, events, shops, and places, check out the comic and toy hunting vlog playlist. It will be in the description below. Leave this video a like, leave a comment, and until next time, I'm SimpleSimon. Tell your friends and keep it simple.